You make my life so beautiful. Yes, you are. You have made me feel. There's nothing greater than this. That's why I pray forever. I want more of you. I want more of you. Jesus, more of you. I want more.
Good evening, leaders. Good evening. Can you tell your team members to join? We are about to start. We are live on Facebook right now. I was making sure that we are live on Facebook, and I can confirm we are live on Team Excellence. Just ensure that your team members join. This is massive, and make sure that they come on board so that we get information, we get trained, and we move our business to the next level. Tell your team members to join, please. Share the... We'll be starting in the next 3 minutes. We'll be able to start.
My soul is thirsty. My heart cries out. I want to know. I need to know. Can't get enough. Can't get enough. I want more. Lord, I need you more. Lord, I need you more. My heart is thirsty for you. I can't get enough. Oh, I want more of you. Father, I want more of you. The more I know you, the more I want to know you, Jesus. More of you. You make my life so beautiful. As you are, you have made me feel. nothing greater than this. That's why I love you forevermore. You make my life so beautiful.
Good evening once again. Good evening and welcome all of you to this training. Welcome leaders, welcome those of you who are following us on Facebook. Welcome, 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 welcome. Please just share the video, share on WhatsApp, on Facebook, so that we can have more leaders to join and get the information. Get the information so that we can take the business to another level. We already have our guest. Our guest is already here. So before I introduce the guest, I would like to welcome you all to this this business training. And please just take your pens and pencils or papers and be ready to write. And then we'll come and give you time to ask questions. Kindly, you can mute your microphones. I'm going to mute all of you for now. All right, good evening. And I would like to welcome you once again this evening. Those of you who are joining us through Facebook, wherever you have joined us from, you're welcome. And obviously, we'll be able to allow you to ask questions at the right time. When our guest speaker presents, then we'll come and ask you, allow you to ask questions when it's time for questions. All right. This evening, we have a number of leaders joining us. And I can see my co-host, no other than my Diamond 5 leader, okay? A midwife and a nurse, the mother and wife, a professional networker. And this is no other than Comfort Nyembo, Hamwemba, Mrs. Hamwemba. She's my co-host this evening. My leader, just unmute your microphone and just greet and welcome everyone this evening. Are you able to do that quickly?
Hello, good evening, leaders. I'm so excited to be here. Pastor Nicholas Mwape, thank you so much for having us here. We look forward to the knowledge that we're going to acquire from this meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Leader Comfort. I'm very much expectant. I believe we are going to get a lot from this evening's presentation. So all of you, please just ensure that your team members join this Zoom meeting. We still have room here. The maximum is up to 100. So we still have got room. Make sure that your team members join. And then on Facebook also, you can share there. All right. This evening, without wasting much of our time, I know you have a lot of things to do out of your busy schedules, especially our guest speaker this evening, just to allow us and just to come forward and accept our invitation. Please, we are very grateful, and I believe our leaders here will get a lot from this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, leaders, let me introduce our guest this evening. Our guest, she's one of the pioneers of Longrich in Zambia. She's Diamond 7, and she's a stockist. Okay, not only that, she has acquired a lot of experience. And I'm sure she will have a great time with us this evening. Okay, she has achieved quite a lot. All right, she's got academic qualifications in quite a number of fields, and also she's a pastor, okay, and a pastor's wife. She's the acting president of Gospel Envoys, okay, a ministry which has more than 6,000 members. She's a director of wealth creation, partnership and support professionals. So she's also a director of Global Envoy HQ Branch Church, all right? And she's also a part of the International School of Ministry Ministers Network. She's an alum member. So we are talking about a leader who has inspired most of us, a leader we've been looking up to, you know, and we are brothers who can also be found in the marketplace, brothers and sisters who can be found in the marketplace, because we have leaders who are Christians and they are actually running ministries and they are part of this business. Who said you cannot do this business when you are a Christian? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome no other than our Diamond 7 leader this evening, one of the pioneers in Zambia in this business. She's been there and we've been looking up to her for all of us up to this time. Ladies and gentlemen, just put your hands together and let's welcome Pastor Mwape Cholwe. Welcome, Ma. And please just greet the people here and introduce yourself. You must be the best to introduce yourself. I've just said a few things about you. Ma, go ahead, please.
Thank you so much. What a great honor to be with the team. Thank you so much for the invitation. I don't take it lightly because anytime we have the opportunity to speak to people, it's an opportunity to influence, to inspire people to a certain course of action. So I take it as a platform that God has provided for us to be able to be a blessing to somebody out there and to share the things that we have learned and perhaps to get someone to be fired up and change another person's life. So I want to sincerely thank our host for tonight. Thank you so much, Leader Comfort, for calling on us. Thank you so much to you, Pastor Nicholas, my namesake. It's a joy. Yeah. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you also to the team and also to the audience. And I've got a few of my team members here. I've seen Leader Dominic, who is one of the trainers in the High Flyers team. Welcome and thank you so much for coming. I've seen also Dr. Tiwonge, who is one of our trainers and one of our leaders. Thank you for joining in. And there could be several others. I've also seen Leader Joy, who I believe is the upline to Comfort. Just want to recognize and thank you and honor you for the great work that you've done so far. Thank you so much.
Amen. Thank you very much, Pastor Mwape, and really, you're my sister, sharing the same name. Yeah, thank you so much this evening, Ma. We are looking at from the title. Actually, we are looking at the power bonuses. Okay. We are saying, get to know the power bonuses, get to know the power bonuses. So that is the area that we really need you to help so that even during this time of the pandemic, how can we scale up our businesses? So please, Ma'am, you can share in those lines. But apart from that, I'm sure you have a screen.
Yes, I was just testing it a little earlier, so
okay.
I'm able to use the screen share. Okay, thank you.
Just go ahead and share with us, and I'm sure at the right time we'll come and give the rest of us to ask questions. Just go ahead, Ma. It's your time, please.
Thank you so much. Once again, good evening, great leaders, and thank you so much for the invitation to the team. I am going to be sharing to you about the power of our bonuses, our power bonuses. But tonight I thought of zeroing in on something that a lot of people are missing out on in Longrich. You know, Longrich is a business which requires us to pay attention to detail. It's a business which requires us to have a very perceptive eye in order for us to be able to see where the gold is. You know, when we are talking about the business, we talk about, you know, opening up a gold mine in your home. I like to present it as a profit sharing opportunity in which Longrich says, if you can become a brand user and a brand ambassador, we can share in the profit with you to the extent that you are going to bring others on board to do the same. So when you look at the business, it has a wide spectrum of bonuses. And if we are going to go into each and every one of them, you know, it will take us quite a bit of time for us to unpack and dissect and, you know, explore. But today I want to talk about the maintenance bonus as a matter of emphasis, because I know that there are so many people who have had misconceptions about this bonus and what it can do for you. There's others, like I said earlier, and I believe that my hosts for tonight can actually go through. The ones that you are obviously very familiar with would be your referral bonus, which is basically Longrich's way of saying thank you for bringing a business partner on board. You know, so you get 200 kwacha or 450 kwacha as you place a new team member into your sponsorship tree. Okay, so that's the referral bonus. I like the Rich Pack bonus. I actually have a presentation which I call Get Rich with Rich Pack. So maybe some other time we'll come back and talk about it. Okay, so that's one of our flagship bonuses. But today I thought we could look at maintenance and perhaps begin to develop a certain mindset towards this amazing bonus that Longrich has given us for using Longrich products. It's one of those bonuses which, if you look at it critically, it's basically Longrich paying you for being a Longrich brand user. Okay, so let's start with a quote. You know, somebody said there's birth, there's death, and in between there's maintenance. Okay, so everything that we see in existence, it starts from somewhere and it has a terminal point. Even the word of God shows us that the things which are material, the things which are physical, the things which are tangible, they are passing. Okay, so they have a starting point, they have an end point. But what happens between the birth and the death of this particular thing? It's maintenance that takes place. Even when you look at our bodies, for example, you know, from the time that you are born, of course there'll be growth, but at a certain point, you need to kick into maintenance mode. That's why we talk about things like exercise, like drinking your alkaline water, like supplementing, you know, like having the right kind of mindset because of how toxic thoughts can affect your body. So there's maintenance in between. And so maintenance is not something that is unfamiliar to us. It is something that any person who is prudent, any person who has a perceptive eye should pay attention to. Okay, so it's a very important culture that we need to imbibe. A lot of people only go to see the doctor when they are now almost at the point where they can't even walk. They will not go for a regular checkup. But for the one who would take time to go for a regular checkup, regularly detox, regularly exercise, their visits to the doctor will not be as frequent. Same thing happens for cars. You know, if you've got a car and you're just driving it, you're not checking the oil levels. You're not checking whether the coolant is enough. You're not checking the tire pressure. You're not checking the suspension. Do you know what will happen? The wear and tear will be faster. Why? Because it's lacking maintenance. It happens even in relationships. If a relationship is left unattended, you know, over time, what will happen? That relationship will deteriorate. And you see, when we look at ourselves as Longrich distributors, we are in a relationship. We're in a profit-sharing relationship with Longrich, with a multi-billion-dollar company. So Longrich has to do their part, which ends at bringing the product into the country, creating the platform for us, making things so easy for us to understand the business. They've done that. They explained the bonuses to us. They brought the product to us. We have our full-fledged warehouse. We have our operations team. We have the management team. So Longrich has done its part. There is also our part to do, which apart from bringing the distributors, involves us being users of the Longrich products, becoming a product of the product. And remember, once you do your upgrades, you know, the upgrade is like a qualification. It's like an academic qualification. If you've got your high school certificate, which I like to liken to your Q Silver entry level, if you've got your high school certificate, you don't need to go back and do high school again. The next thing is for you to move forward. But once you reach the apex, okay, and besides that, you know, there's all this reading that you need to do in between. You still need to ensure that you are maintaining this business relationship between you as a Longrich distributor, as a business owner, as an empire builder, as an achiever. You are maintaining this relationship. As one who seeks to excel in this business, you are maintaining this relationship. So there's the birth of the business, when you got your ZM code, when you got your NG code, whatever code it might be. And thankfully for us, maybe the distributor might pass on, but you know what? The business will continue until rapture. In between now and the time that we will not need to have an income because we are in heaven, there is maintenance that we need to do in this business relationship. It's a very vital thing that each one of us needs to ensure that we are reconciled to. Okay, now, let's just take a few examples. Let's suppose that you built a structure and you never maintained it. You built maybe even a skyscraper and you don't maintain it. What do you think would happen to that structure over time? I want to see some people posting in the writing in the chats. You know, you build yourself a structure, you build yourself a mansion. You know, I see these beautiful mansions that are built by our star directors, by some of our top leaders. Let's suppose they build those structures, they build those beautiful homes, and they just leave it, they just abandon the structure. What do you think would happen? Is somebody going to give me an answer? All right, I'm seeing some chats here. Okay. Yes, it dilapidates, it will deteriorate. That's what happens when anything is not maintained. It will fall apart. You're right. I see that. Audrey, I've seen your comment. Pastor Nicholas, I've seen your comment. I don't know who our leader on Techno is. Yes. So it's the same thing that happens even with this business relationship. Without maintenance, the relationship begins to disintegrate. And you know what will happen? As a result of that, you find that the benefit that this structure, this platform that has been given to us, the benefit that we can derive from it, will no longer be able to derive that benefit from it, simply because we've not maintained. So I'd like us to begin to look at it from that perspective, that you are building something in Longrich. You are building a business organization. You are building a structure. You are building systems. You are building a culture within your team. And that culture requires you to revisit, to ensure that all the cracks are properly covered, to ensure that the tiles are in place, to ensure that the water is running properly, to ensure that the thing has been maintained well. Okay, so it's very important. We've all seen the importance. We all agree. I also want to give you another perspective. Supposing you're a farmer, okay? Maybe you are a farmer growing tomatoes or maize. In Zambia, maize is a staple, okay? And then you have next to your farm, another farm that is growing the same crop. Would it be reasonable for you to buy from your fellow farmer, from your neighbor, leaving your own harvest? Is that reasonable? What do you think? Maybe you are a poultry farmer, you're keeping chickens, and there's another person next door who is keeping chickens. Is it reasonable for you to leave your chickens and to go and buy from the other person? I'm seeing people, and Lillian says no. Yes, you know, we all agree that it doesn't make economic sense for us to do that. Then why is it that you find a Longrich member using another product, another hand cream, another sanitizer, another coffee, another tea? Why? Why? Does that make sense? If it doesn't make sense for a farmer to get produce from another farmer when they have their own, why should a Longrich member then get another type of tea? Why should they drink another kind of water? Why should they use another type of toothpaste when they have their own in their farm? Why should a Longrich lady use another type of sanitary napkin when she still has her cycle? Why should she leave the brand that where she even knows how much research has gone into this product? Yeah. So it's something that we need to become alive to and be very intentional about when it comes to the subject of maintenance. You know, it's not so much that people, maybe people don't understand. Maybe that's the reason why they don't do it, you know. But at the end of it all, it's a habit for the prudent. When we maintain, we are communicating our commitment to the business. We are saying, I am in this for the long haul. I am in this to win this. We are demonstrating our commitment. We are actually attaching ownership to our businesses. We are saying, I am a business owner. I'm a prudent person. I know that as a farmer, I have my own produce and I will eat from my field. Apart from that, we are unlocking several levels of income. And then let me tell you something that I believe is perhaps the most important reason why we must maintain. We are actually leading by example. No wonder with Longrich, they've attached the maintenance habit to the leadership bonus, you know, because with maintenance, you are walking the talk. You are walking the talk. So, or talking the walk, whichever one, but the walk and the talk are together. They come together in maintenance. So we are leading by example. We're not asking another person to do something that we ourselves are not doing. We are showing the way and going the way. That's why I believe that Longrich, the Longrich management team has put these two together so that the one who is the loyalist in the brand gets a reward, gets several levels of rewards. And in a short while, I'm going to explain these rewards to you so that you can understand what is in it for you. But before we go into the rewards, we must know that it's a culture. There's a culture that we are creating in our teams. A culture of maintaining, a culture of being prudent, a culture of being loyal to the brand, a culture of cultivating the crop and consuming it, being our own users, being a product of our products. It's very, very important. Okay, so these are some of the things that we do. Now, when it comes to these things that I'm showing here, you know, it happens even with the other bonuses. For example, when it comes to the referral bonus, you as a leader, you are actually demonstrating that you're not just leading by telling people what to do. You are leading by being part of the growth in the team. So you are actually actively recruiting. No wonder now, apart from the referral, the 450 and the 200 referral, particularly on the Rich Pack, Longrich has given us an extra bonus that if you do 10 accounts within a month, you are given an extra 1,000. Because we all need to participate. We all need to pull the weight. We all need to grow the brand. We all need to extend the reach of this platform. And you know, there are people who say, no, there are these other businesses that are coming up. Let me tell you something. If you look at some of the other businesses, I used to be, before I joined Longrich, I used to be in a travel-related network marketing platform, you know. So one thing I've come to realize is that even people in that business, which I used to be in, they come and buy Longrich products. Why? because they still need to brush their teeth, they still need to wash their hair, they still need to bath, they still need to apply cream, they still need to keep themselves healthy. And so when you look at the reach of our products, it is much, much wider than most of what the other platforms offer. So there's no stopping us in terms of how much we can churn out. There's no stopping us. As long as we have the right mindset, we can actually achieve a lot. We can achieve a lot. So these are some of the things that happen when we maintain. We're actually creating a habit as prudent business owners, okay? Now let's talk about the benefits, the incomes that are attached to maintenance. The first one that I want to talk about, which to me is the largest one, it is the leadership bonus. It is the leadership bonus where you stand to earn up to 45%. Imagine that 45% is 5% shy of 50%, meaning for those people that you have brought into the business, Longrich is saying you can share up to half of their performance bonus if you can build this into your system. If you can build this as a habit, up to half of their performance bonus, Longrich is saying this is on the table. So 45% of the performance bonus of the direct recruits is a blank check to you. Can you build your sponsorship tree? Can you maintain your account? And if you can you also ensure that the people that you bring into the business are earning? If you can do that, then Longrich says up to 45% of their performance bonus is yours. Imagine that. Now, it doesn't end there. Apart from the 45%, Longrich also says every cycle, 4.5% of the 30 PV, which comes to 12 kwacha 15 ingwe. For each account under you that maintains, that's a cashback. Now, remember, when you do your maintenance, the product is given to you. So the brushing of teeth that you could have done with another brand, Longrich has given you the toothpaste to brush your teeth with. Longrich has given you the coffee to drink and improve your health with. Longrich has given you the mouth freshener. Longrich has given you the sanitary napkin. Longrich has given, you've gotten your money's worth, but on top of that, they say there's a cashback for you. I think to me, this is a lucrative deal because you would have still spent that money elsewhere. You would have still spent on another brand. It would have been like their farmer who has tomatoes in their field but goes to buy next door. But Longrich is saying, buy your own product. And when you buy the own product that you need already, we're going to give you up to 45% in leadership bonus, 4.5% in retail order bonus, also known as maintenance bonus, and then up to 25% on the extra PVs. So if somebody does 32 PVs, up to 25% is a cashback that Longrich pays you. And on top of that, the same PVs that are credited to you, they also account for your rank. So when you do your maintenance every cycle, you are 30 PVs closer to being a star director. You are 30 PVs closer. It's taking you closer. For me, I tell people, even when you join with your 60 PVs, you are 60 PVs closer to being a star director because you don't lose those points. They don't say, no, because last cycle, you didn't do your maintenance, so we're going to use those points to cover for last cycle. No, it's incremental. So those same PVs are being added to your rank advancement. They're being added to if there is an incentive that is happening there. Like now we had the petrol incentive, 1,800 PVs. You do 600 PVs per leg. And it was right across all the orders that you may place, whether it's an upgrade order or a retail order, you still qualify. Do you know there are certain incentives that once they are in place in Zambia, do you know there are certain incentives that you'll be able to qualify for just if you just can get to maintain you and your team members. So this is a powerful culture. It's a powerful culture that if we can create this culture within our teams, it will help us to move forward so much quicker, because the things that we are seeing now, you know, when I look at some of the prices in the big supermarkets and I compare to the Longrich product prices, it's almost the same. It's almost the same. But for instance, if you take our 100 grams toothpaste and the brand that Longrich produces for GSK, Sensodyne is even more expensive. If you look at the prices in these big supermarkets, Sensodyne is even more expensive, and it comes without PVs. So it means the person who is getting that product, they're losing out on any income earning opportunity. All they're getting is fresh breath. That's all they're getting. But here we are with a fluoride-free product, an income earning opportunity at a lower price. Surely, I think for me, it's actually even a mark of gratitude as we do our maintenance. Okay, so the same PVs, they take you closer to your next rank. They take you closer to the incentives. So you're actually getting all these benefits. And this is not the end, because some of us, when we get the products, the first thing we do is supply it to somebody else. So we are using the product as a profit generating, platform. So you get your money back when you make that sale. And then you get all these bonuses that Longrich pays into your bank account every cycle. In fact, for some of them, like the leadership bonus, it adds to your weekly income. So there's so much that Longrich has packaged in this very powerful bonus, hey? Okay, so when do you start? You know, I usually get this question. People ask, oh, Pastor Mwape, if I am going to start the business well, should I go with upgrade or should I go with maintenance? I get this question. I don't know about the other leaders. I get this question a lot. Now, remember, there's two things that Longrich is attaining by us being a distributor with them. One is our loyalty to the brand, so that we become doers, we become a perfect example to the people that we're talking to. How would you be comfortable, for instance, if you went to a cosmetic shop and then somebody's offering you a product and there's no one among all the people who are selling, you know, maybe it's a big shop and there are several salespeople, there's no one who has ever used that product. Would you be comfortable to buy that and put it on your skin? I know for a fact that I wouldn't. I would like to see how this product has worked for somebody. If I went, for instance, to a hospital, one time I went to a hospital and somebody was taking an experimental family planning product. And I say to them, have you researched on this product? Do you know anybody who's taken this? And she's like, no, I'm taking it because I'm being paid for it, you know? So if there was no incentive, I'd say to her, maybe this could even risk your life. So why am I saying this? I'm saying this to say to each one of us that we need to have our own product stories. We need to have our own product stories. We need to be able to tell somebody that, for me, I used SOD for stretch marks and I saw the results. I've used coffee. If you come to my home, coffee never runs out. It's not allowed. You know, because we work long hours and we need the energy. So somebody needs to be able to say, I use this product. So what do? We create right from the start. When someone starts the business with us, we need to ensure that they understand that they need to be product users from the start. And if they are product users, then there will always be need for them to maintain. There will always be need. And thankfully, for us in Zambia, we're even getting the supplements coming in. And as the supplements come in, it means the product usage will take so many other dimensions. Even those who are looking at maintaining their health. For me, I see this as a perfect time because people are concerned about their health. So you can lay the foundation and come up with that culture from the word go. So what do we say? We say, look, you've got 2 weeks to ensure that you put in place your maintenance. And the other 2 weeks, whatever you will sell, ensure that you put it towards your upgrade. I think if we did it that way, the culture of maintenance is going to be maintained right across the team. Okay. So I call it a game changer because, in summary, even somebody with a big leg, whose legs are not balanced, they can earn more than a person with balanced legs in a higher rank if they maintain. It's very, very possible. A person who's maybe even Diamond 2. I've seen it in my own children, for example. I've got one of my children's accounts is Diamond 2. And in their team, they've got a big team. One of their team leaders is Diamond 5. But what they get every 4th week is much higher than the other leader who is a Diamond 5. So you can actually make a lot of money if this culture is created in the team. Even a person with legs which are not balanced. That's why in Longrich, sometimes, you know, we need to take our eyes off of the ranks and look at what is happening in the team. Don't just be consumed with the ranks. Look at what is happening in the team. Is there growth taking place? Is there maintenance taking place? You know, are people actually running the business, or they're just creating impressions? Don't be swayed by impressions. Look at what is happening, because some of the ranks are just on the banners. And this I'm saying with all honesty. I'm not trying to despise anybody. I just want you to know, you know, just because a person is Diamond 2 doesn't mean that they are broke. No, it depends on what's happening in their team. Just because a person is Diamond 6, Diamond 7 doesn't mean that they're very liquid. It depends on what is happening in their team. So pay attention to this, because somebody can have one leg, and if they've sponsored their star in that leg, if they're the sponsor and they're maintaining, you find that from leadership bonus and from the maintenance, they are earning very well. So don't look at your big leg and feel bad about it. No, don't neglect your big leg. If you are in the business and you've got a big leg, don't neglect your big leg. Support your big leg with training. Ensure that your big leg understand the business. Let them grow even bigger. And you now pump up your strength, master your strength, and begin to work on the smaller legs so that you can have your performance bonus increase. That big leg, if they're maintaining, if they're you've got a number of people that you sponsored there, you still get good income from that leg. Okay, so that's one of the things. And then it can also help you to increase your income significantly, because remember I talked about leadership bonus, which goes up to 45%. Okay, and when we have more time to go into leadership bonus, we'll explain how that is broken down. Okay. And then it's a great brand loyalty culture. And then the other thing you must remember is that your maintenance bonus is based on your placement tree. So even a person who may not have sponsored, they still stand to earn if they can maintain and if they have a team that is maintaining. That's why you should not just look at, this one was just added to my team. No, be interested, because whatever activity is taking place there may have a big impact on your income. Be interested. One of the leaders that we have in the team, every time I would do a placement back then when they were not in a strong leg, every time I would do a placement, they would call me and they would say, please, Mark, can I have the number for this person that has been placed in the team? And they would take the time to welcome that person into the team. They would take the time to ensure that that person has settled. I don't know if they're still doing it now, but I believe that's one of the things that you and I need to take interest in. In as much as you should not look for placements, don't campaign for placements, because you might find that the person who's placed under you is a bitter one, you know? Yeah, but if you do get them, count it as a bonus, and also take advantage to ensure that you work with that person to help them to build their team, because there's a ripple effect on yours as well. Don't fight your big leg, support them. Okay, it's a great brand loyalty culture. It shows that we are a product of our product. It shows that we're responsible distributors who want to see the business move forward. We're not just in this for what we can get, but we're also, there's an exchange going on. There's a mutual relationship going on, and that's a richer experience for us. Okay, now, one of the things that you need to pay attention to is the bonus calendar, the bonus cycle, okay? Longrich has given us a way of us being able to know when we should do our maintenance. Our 52-week year has been broken down into 13 cycles of 4 weeks each. Okay, so some people say you do your maintenance every month. Well, not necessarily. We do our maintenance every 4 weeks. So right now we're in cycle 8, which is ending, we are in cycle 9, which is ending on 13th September in the 36th week. Okay, so when you just scroll down, I don't know if you can see my cursor. When you scroll down on the far left, you're going to see cycle 13, 2019 cycle 13 at the top. And then you're going to see 2020 cycle 1, 2020 cycle 2. So look out for the dates. Look out for the range of the dates in which we are, because that will give you an indication of when your maintenance is supposed to be done, the end date for your maintenance. Okay, now in the past, I thought you needed to do your 30 PV either by eCash or by cash, but I've come to realize that you can actually combine. So if you have some eCash in your back office, say for instance, you have a 200 kwacha on eCash, you can buy maybe 1 box of coffee, that's your 10 PVs done, or 1 mixed pads, one eco pack day, that's your 10 PVs done. And then you can actually go to your stockist and purchase the 20 PVs from them for your retail order. And the system, as long as there's at least 3 days in between, the system will put those two together and they'll count you as having maintained. So even if you have, say, 300 kwacha and you have something in your back office, you can actually do your maintenance by combining eCash and cash. So you can combine in the system, it will appear as repeat order in your back office. That's the one you use eCash for. And then retail order is the one that you pay the stockist using cash or a bank deposit. So they'll put those together in the system, okay? As long as they're for the same cycle, they'll put those together. And that way you would have covered your maintenance for that cycle. So it becomes cheaper, it becomes easier for those who are saying, I may not have the full amount. You can still do it both ways. Using the same or even different stockists. I've tried it out in the back office. Using different stockists, I get 12 PV from one stockist and then another 18 PV from another stockist. And I find that after about 2-3 days in my back office, it actually reflects that I've done my 30 PV for that cycle. So you can do it that way, okay? All right, so teammates, I'm going to end here for now. Thank you so much for your participation. I hope this was helpful to you. Let me just check the chats. Okay, let me just check the chats. Thank you so much, Leader Joy. She says, say it again, Pastor, do not neglect your big leg. Yes, we will not neglect your big leg. Leader Tuwonge, Dr. Tuwonge says, maintenance is bay. I say the same, maintenance is bay. Lillian says, Longrich is the real deal. Absolutely. Sandra says, wow. Yes. Okay. Zambians, you people are enjoying. Oh, thank you so much, my leader. Thank you. All right. Okay. Somebody says, can a Diamond 2 do maintenance? Of course they can, and they should. They can and they should. Even pre-diamond, you can do your maintenance. Even at pre-diamond, you can do your maintenance. The earlier, the better. Because remember, like I said, your PVs are going to add up to the rank. And so you find that your rank is moving faster. Your ranks are moving faster when you and your team are doing maintenance. Okay. Somebody says, I'm glad to have joined this meeting. Very productive. Thank you so much for that comment, my leader. All right. Thank you so much. I don't know if somebody is monitoring what's going on Facebook. If somebody is monitoring what's going on Facebook, I would like to take questions. If there's somebody who is monitoring Facebook for me, please let me know so that we can take questions.
Thank you very much, our leader. Thank you very much. If you have a question, please go ahead and ask the question. If you're on Facebook, I'm actually checking on Facebook. If you are on Facebook, please type your question there so that our leader, Pastor Mwate, can actually answer or attend to your questions. Please go ahead and type your questions in the chat. Let's see how we can attend to those questions. Otherwise, thank you so much, Pastor. And it's amazing. I've learned quite a lot, especially where you have explained about the relationship, that quote that you showed earlier on. In between, there's maintenance. I'm really inspired by that statement or that quote. And really, it has brought out a lot of things, and my perspective for maintenance has changed going forward. Wow. Yeah, maybe the question I have before somebody asks is, can one maintain within the cycle slowly, so that cumulatively within the cycle you get the 30 PVs? I don't know if you have understood my question.
Yes, I've understood your question. Yes, I've tried it out in the system and it works. Where perhaps somebody says I'll do 5 PV every week, maybe on a Monday, you do 5 PV, sorry, not 5 PV, that would be too little. You'll be doing, say, 10 PV for the next 3 weeks. So you do a 10 PV this Monday, another 10 next Monday, another 10. The moment you've got your 30 PV together, the system will actually show that you've got your 30 PV done. So yes, you can.
Wonderful, wonderful. Somebody asked me that question, and I wanted to just find out from leaders that have experienced that. I'm sure I'll be able to share more with those people out there. Thank you very much. Any questions, leaders? Otherwise, there's someone who's saying, what happens if someone misses a cycle without maintaining? Does that affect the bonus that comes in?
Absolutely does, hey? So if you've missed your cycle, like for instance, this is cycle 9, and we are in this should be week 33. If you've missed your maintenance by next week when the cycle closes, you are going to miss your leadership bonus for the 4 weeks following. Your leadership bonus is gone. And your maintenance in the 4th week, when you should have received your maintenance for this cycle, you're going to miss it. So that's what happens. There are consequences. And you know what? There's one time I was doing piecemeal maintenance. I missed it by 1 PV. I did 29 on an account. I missed it by 1 PV and it was 1801. That's it. That's it. Leadership bonus gone. Maintenance bonus for that cycle gone. So yes, you miss it. So you must make sure that it's done. You must make sure that it's done. Okay. Any other questions, Pastor?
The other question says, are your PV tied to Zambia alone? I think this is from Lillian. That's for your petrol incentive. Must the PV generated come from Zambia alone or any other countries?
No, it can come from other countries, because you see the progress is being recorded for you as the downline, as the team leader. So whichever success lines are contributing that PV to you, they'll actually help you to achieve that incentive. But there is certain requirements that you need to fulfill as per the Zambian prerequisites. For instance, the requirement to bring in 3 new distributors within the period of the promotion, you then have to fulfill that requirement. But otherwise, the PV from around the world will help you to achieve that. We've got several leaders from Zambia who have team members from other countries. So the same way that a person who is in Nigeria can qualify for an incentive because their team in Zambia has contributed to their PVs, or South Africa, or whichever country that might be. I mean, we also get to benefit once the team generates, or they're consuming those products through our team members. So yes, it doesn't really matter, but as long as you fulfill all the requirements as per the Zambian promotion, you actually get to benefit. You actually get to qualify. Okay. I'm told, thank you so much, Lillian. I've seen your feedback. I'm told there's a question on Facebook. There's a question on Facebook. I hope I can get that question.
Hello, Pastor Mape. The question that's on Facebook is saying, why does Longrich freeze the account if you do not maintain?
Okay. So, basically it's a mutual relationship that you have with Longrich. And like I said earlier, if you have a house that is not being maintained, what will happen? It's going to break down, isn't it? It will fall apart. So basically, Longrich is then saying, I don't think this person is our distributor. As far as we are concerned, this relationship perhaps died some time back. So perhaps that's the rationale behind it. Remember, we are in this business to participate in a profit sharing platform with Longrich by being users and ambassadors of the brand. So if a person is not using the brand, most likely that's the reason why they're not maintaining. And if they're not being an ambassador, that's the reason why they are not recruiting, they're not sponsoring people into the business. So that means there's nothing that the Longrich is participating in as much as benefiting from that distributor goes. So we are product users and earners as a result of being product users. So I believe probably that's why. It'd be interesting to find out from Longrich what their rationale is. But I think it just makes sense. It's like a person who has a house and they've locked it up. Can they expect that they'll get a tenant when the house is locked up and it's dilapidated? They'll have to upgrade, maintain, clean the house before they can get a tenant to come in. So, yes. Are there any other questions? Okay, I did a purchase of 24 PVs. Sorry, there's a question here. I did a purchase of 24 PVs from a South African stockist and was told it cannot go to maintenance because it was not a 30 PV at once and it was recorded as an upgrade. Okay, so Audrey, one thing is this: you can only maintain in the country where you registered your account, where you are identified as a distributor. So for instance, I started my business under the South Africa system. I've got a ZA code, but I migrated to the Zambia system. I cannot maintain under South Africa. I have to maintain under Zambia. Okay. So if I go to any stockist outside of my where I'm distributing my products, the country where I'm registered as a distributor, if I go to Tanzania, for instance, I cannot do a maintenance order in Tanzania. I'll have to do an upgrade order. So even if you had 30 PVs, Audrey, they would not be able to do a maintenance order for you. They would only be able to do an upgrade order. So you can upgrade from anywhere in the world, but you can only maintain from the country where your account, where your Longrich distributorship is domiciled. So that's the way the system works. Okay, so that's the way it works. So just take note of that. Ethel says, my leader, where does the PVs for maintenance go after the cycle elapses? It goes into your group PVs. So it adds up to your cumulative PVs, which are the PVs that determine your rank and your progression in the business. So it goes into your group PVs. It actually, when you go into performance of placement tree, put maybe generation check, put 1 or 2, you'll be able to see the total PV you've done under maintenance. From there, you'll be able to see the total PV you've done and also the PV for the cycle. How long does it take for an account to be frozen for not maintaining? Because we may have a lot for our kids. They count if in a whole year's bonus calendar you've not maintained, then the account will be frozen. So look at, for instance, now we're in the 2013 year. If you've not done any maintenance, most likely, I think either a year or 6 months. I have to check with Longrich management. So the best is if you have children's accounts, lots of children's accounts. I mean, do a lot of selling. If you do a lot of selling, you'll be able to maintain all the accounts. That's why we don't stop. If you look at our timelines, we're always posting products. Why? Because the more we do that, the more we're able to maintain and upgrade accounts. And if you do that, you'll be able to do your maintenance free of charge, literally, because you are passing on that product to somebody else, and that cost is going to them. But don't forget to be a product user. Don't forget, it's very important to tell your own story, hey? So Lava, I hope I've helped you with that. Leader Joy is asking, what can be done to people not building their business, but they're enjoying bonuses? That one is a tough one, my SD. That one is a tough one. It's a tough one. That's why I advise people, don't give people 2 legs, give them 1 leg so that they come back and build the other 2 legs. That one is a tough one. Audrey says, my network is a bit bad, kindly help. If I purchase 6 more PVs, that will go as maintenance. Sorry, I didn't get that question. If I purchase 6 more PVs, will that go as maintenance? No, Audrey, it cannot go as maintenance because you purchased the 24 PVs under a South African stockist, and the South African stockist cannot maintain for you here in Zambia. It's like you having a property manager in South Africa for a property that is based here in Zambia. You need a local property manager. So you have to do your maintenance here where your account was registered. That's where you do your maintenance. So if you've got a ZM code, you maintain under Zambia, okay? If you've got a ZA code and you've got a bank account in South Africa, meaning you're getting your bonuses from South Africa, you can maintain under South Africa. But you know, the two, look at where your account is domiciled. Is it under the Zambia system or under the South Africa system? You can only maintain in the country where your account, your distributor account is domiciled. So if I go to the UK, for example, I go and see Pastor Pam, who is a stockist there, she cannot do maintenance with my account. She can only do upgrade. Okay, Becky is saying 1 year, okay. Joy. Lillian is saying giving 2 legs is an error. Yeah, giving 2 legs is you're being very generous if you do that. Yeah, but some people are graced like that. Although, you know, it catches up with them, because one thing I've come to realize in this business is that your team is a mirror of you. So I've noticed even from my own business growth, the times when I'm maybe very busy, I'm doing school, I'm doing ministry, you find that the team will also slow down. But the moment I pick up the pace and begin to run, the team also begin to run. So even for those who have 2 legs that they got from placement, it's just a matter of time before that thing begins to disintegrate if they don't do anything in the business. You know, it's just a matter of time. I think we had a lot of that going on in some of the countries in Southern Africa, you know, like our forerunners in South Africa. A lot of that was going on. And because people had started receiving free money, it created a freeloader culture, which unfortunately began to pass on even to the Zambian team, where they were expecting that by joining Longrich, they'll be earning money, even just when they've done nothing. They get their rich pack and they're expecting that next week there'll be money coming in. That mentality came in partly because some of the people were given placements and they began to earn. They were given placements because maybe their upline were not properly oriented. So they began to earn, and for them, they thought they weren't preaching that message. They said, you don't need to sell, you don't need to do anything, just join, bring 3 people, you know, and that's it. When you join and bring 3 people, because they joined and brought 3 people, and their upline began to add people under them. And so they saw the growth. And then what happened? When people now began to realize that you have to actually do your share of work, they became despondent. And they would give up on the business. So even for us in Zambia, you know, we must assess, you know, with the culture that we have, the expectation that we have, where is it coming from? Is it coming from somebody who actually built a business, who actually went and worked and did what was necessary to see to it that there was a solid team in place? Or did we inherit this culture from a person who perhaps did not do the work? You know, they just got it, and they're giving us what they have because that's what was passed on to them. So we need to be very careful, you know. So at some point, I think it just breaks down. And I've seen, because in my own journey, I've noticed that my team mirrors me. When I'm working hard, when I'm working and I'm committed to the business and I'm doing all that is necessary to push to ensure that the business is growing, I see the growth. When I sit back, or maybe I'm busy with other things, because, you know, sometimes life happens. I'm in ministry, I'm in school. Sometime back, I was doing school like back to back, writing exams on my MBA. I noticed that it affected the performance of the business. It affected, you know, because the team was not being maintained. So what does this mean? If you are not earning, trust me, Longrich has nothing personal against you. Paulie is not my relative. He's not Mwansa's relative. He's not any relative to a top leader. He's only doing what the system shows him. He's putting out, paying out the bonus based on what the system shows him. You know, so if the system shows him that it's 110 kwacha for you in a particular week, then that's what it is. It is what it is. And if you want to move from 110 to 10,000, you have to bring in the multiplier effect to ensure that there's replication taking place in the team. You know, and just know this, this business is very fair. I've come to realize the business is fair. It's fair. It will not pay you money that you did not work for. And it's also not going to, it's not going to differentiate between one leader and another leader based on names, based on tribe. No, it doesn't do that. It doesn't do that. This is a business where if even whether you have academic qualifications or you don't, if you do what is necessary to unlock the bonuses, you find that the bonuses are there to be paid to you. My leaders, oh my goodness. Leader Joy, can I join your team? Oh my goodness. Can I join your team? I also need 3 legs. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's a pity we were not told not to give 2 legs. Oh my goodness. Okay. You know what? Don't regret it. It's a seed. It's a seed. No. Don't regret it. It's after all, it's not even your money. I also did the same. I was not oriented properly. I also did the same. And there are people who sometimes would even call you, what's happening to the bonus today? And I'll just send them the number for the MJ. Say, hey, go and talk to this man. But I don't regret it. Don't regret being a giver. Don't regret doing good. Don't regret it. The seed that you've sown, I'm sure you'll see a harvest somewhere. Okay, all right. Thank you so much. This has been so amazing. Thank you, Leader Joy. Thank you. I'm sending. Oh my goodness. I'm sending my details. I'm sending my details. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you. She says, come and join my team. Oh. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. I hope we'll not be accused of line stealing. All right. I'm going to hand over to our hosts, and I want to say a big thank you for the invitation, and thank you so much to the team that we have here on Zoom. You've been an amazing team of leaders. I've enjoyed being with you so much. I hope you've picked up something. I hope this has been helpful to you. Until next time, I'm saying let's continue to run. Remember, our integrity is very important in the business. You know, at the end of it all, there is a life hereafter. I want to close with this. There's a life hereafter. There is God that is watching everything that we do. And I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying, you know, He is a just God. He's a rewarder of those that diligently seek Him. And, you know, as we are growing these businesses, believe God for big things. Believe Him for big things. Do big things. But also embrace integrity and the right ethics in this journey, because they are a differentiator. You don't want to build your business on another person's tears. You don't want to build your business on another person's blood, you know, literally, because they put in money and they were told the wrong things. Let's learn the right things and let's present it authentically. Let's present it for what it is, because at the end of it all, those who are meant to come to us, they will come to us. And if we miss on 1 or 2, let's not be bitter. Rather, let's get better. Let's learn, let's pick up the lessons and make sure that we don't make the same mistakes again. God bless you all. My namesake, Pastor Nicholas Mwape, I'm going to hand back to you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, our leader. It's been amazing, and you are selfless just to come and impart us with knowledge. The Bible says in Hosea chapter 4 verse 6, the Bible says, my people perish due to lack of knowledge. So please, we really appreciate for this wonderful training. And I was kicked out. I experienced load shedding. So right now, I started connecting from my phone and just to follow through. The devil is a liar. Really, I needed to get a lot from this. My sister, Leader Mwape, Pastor, we did appreciate. God richly bless you. And all our leaders, please, let's give a hand to our selfless leader who came to train us, who came to speak to us. Really appreciate. Please give a hand and let's appreciate our leader. Sure. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Job well
Leader
done.
Comfort, are you there? Leader Comfort, are you there?
Yes, my leader, I'm still here.
Last words, my leader, then we close the meeting. Last words.
Thank you so much, Pastor Mwape, and thank you everyone that joined in. I hope we've all taken one or two things, and we are going to motivate our team members and tell them the importance of maintaining. Do not learn this and keep it to yourself. Pastor Mwape had this knowledge, and she had time to share with us. Let's go out there and share with our partners in the business. Thank you so much, Pastor Nicholas. We really appreciate you. Thank you, Joy, for showing up. And continue, please. I also want 3 legs, my leader. Thank you. Have a blessed night.
Yeah. No, it's been amazing. We really appreciate. God bless you all. All the leaders that joined, please. God bless you. Let's go and scale up our businesses. Take them higher. Longrich is Bay. Longrich is real. The bonuses are real. And what as Pastor Mwape has just unpacked is awesome. It's amazing. I've gotten certain things that I've never understood about maintenance. So please, we learn every day. Let's continue and also go and share with others. We really appreciate, please. Thank you very much. We can end the meeting here. Leader Joy and the rest, we really appreciate your support from our upline. Thank you very much. God bless you. Next time, we'll come again and invite you. Please, thank you. Ending the meeting. Good night and God bless you.